In this session, learners are exposed to basics of object-oriented approach, its features, fundamentals of object and class, concept of encapsulation and abstraction, and brief details on inheritance and polymorphism. Now, let us discuss object-oriented approach. Object-oriented approach is to implement an object-oriented model. This provides various concepts which help software development and its maintenance. It is a methodology or a pattern to design or construct programs. This method is based on the concept of objects which possess certain properties and behavior. OOPS, that is object-oriented programming, provides lot of concepts. To mention a few: class, object, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. Now, let us get into details of concepts mentioned before. Object. Let us discuss the concept of object. What are objects? How do they exist? In a simple way, we can put it in this way. All around us in the real world, we can call them as object. Like, it could be mouse, monitor, computer as a whole, etc. Pictures displayed here are objects which can have focus. When do we call them as object? Each object has certain properties and behavior. In program context, object contains variables which hold the data, which represent properties. It contains methods or functions to define functionality, that is, the behavior of the object. Object-oriented programming is nothing but working with objects. In programming sense, objects are instance of a class. Then we get a question: what is a class? Class. It acts as a blueprint for an object. It is a template which describes an object. It provides a basic framework using which I can construct an object. It defines an object in terms of data, that is its properties, and methods which represent a functionality, that is a behavior of an object. Using a single class, I can create n number of objects. Now let us understand object and class with some examples. We have a class by name vehicle, which defines the properties like model, color, and year of making. The actions, that is a behavior, is defined as start, stop, accelerate. Object of this class could be a car, which is a particular type of vehicle, which possesses the property: a model is Ferrari, color red, and year of making is 1995. The functionality of this object could be as defined in the class start, stop, and accelerate. Hence, the car could be the object of a class defined as a vehicle with certain property. There is a model is Ferrari, red as a color, and 1995 is the year of making. Hence, the defined class can be used to create an object. Here we have another example. We have a class by name Writable with properties defined, name, color and made. The functionality as writes, breaks and consumed. We can have an object by name Chalk, which is of type Writable and which possess the properties as name Chalk, it is the name of the object, color white and made is chalk powder, and which possess the behavior writes, breaks and consumed. We can consider another object of the same type of class, that is Writable, as lead stick, which possess the properties, the name of the object is pencil, the color is black and made is made up of lead, and which possess the same functionality like writes, breaks and consumed. This example explains you the class could be defined and we can create n number of instances of the class. That could be object 1, object 2, which has got different properties and with the same behavior. Now let us consider another example. Here the class is defined by name student with the properties account number, name, course, year of joining, which describes the student. The functionality of the student is defined as attends, writes, perform. Now let us obtain objects of the type student class. Here it is. We have object created by name student1, which is described with a property S18002, XYZ as the name, course as PMC and year of joining as 2018. And object 1 exhibits the functionality attends, writes and perform. Here we have another object by name student2, which has got values for the properties like S18020 as admission number, RTZ as the name, BCom as course and year of joining is 2018. This object also has a functionality like attends, writes and perform. Now we have learnt class is defined first and then objects are created. We have a doubt like how class concept come into picture. We say we observe objects around us and then group objects which have similar property and behavior. Accordingly, class is defined. This is an egg hen scenario. Class first or object first. Practically both the way. Sometimes class will be defined and then object is obtained of that type, or else by observing the existing objects we are able to define class. Here is an example to obtain a class by observing different objects. Different geometrical shapes like rectangle, triangle, square and quadrangle are observed and concluded with a class by name polygon. They have similar properties namely vertices, border color and fill color, and they exhibits the functionalities by name, drawn, erase and move. Another feature of object-oriented programming is encapsulation. Encapsulation is nothing but process of binding data and functions that manipulates it together. It is a process of securing data and code. Binding or wrapping code and data together into a single unit is known as encapsulation. It keeps the data and the code safe from external interference. So, it prevents accidental tampering of data. Errors are easier to isolate and fix. So, encapsulation is a process that allows selective hiding of properties and methods in a class. Class is used to implement the concept of encapsulation. Now let us learn the concept of abstraction. In simple way, we can say hiding internal details and showing functionality is known as abstraction. That is, most needed or relevant details are provided and most internal and unnecessary details are hidden. Let us consider the example of online login process. In this process, the details like entering the user ID, password and pressing the login button, the details is provided. But how the input data sent to server, how it gets verified, this type of process is abstracted away from the user. This is an example for abstraction. Similarly, the most familiar example is making a call on the phone. The details how to make a call has been provided and internal processing is abstracted. Let us consider the common example like operating the switch. The details like the on and off of the switch is given, but how it works internally is abstracted from the user. Continuing with the abstraction concept, abstraction can be of two types: data abstraction and control abstraction. Data abstraction means hiding the details about the data. Control abstraction means hiding the implementation details. In object-oriented approach, one can abstract both data and functions. A process of examining certain aspects of problem as relevant to a particular application is referred as abstraction. Now, we will learn another important feature of object-oriented programming, that is inheritance. Here, learners are introduced to basics of inheritance. It is a mechanism by which an object acquires the sum or all properties of another object. It is a process of defining a new class based on an existing class. The new class is referred as derived or sub or child class. The class from which we derive another class is referred as parent, base or superclass. Inheritance provides the freedom of reusability of the code. Here we go, the concept of polymorphism, most interesting and most commonly used. Object takes multiple forms. That's what polymorphism means in object-oriented programming. It is the most important feature of object-oriented programming. It is a concept where an object behaves differently in different situations. Implementation to be used is decided at runtime depending upon the situation. The polymorphism could be of static, dynamic, or both. To mention a few, method overloading, which is of type static polymorphism, method overriding technique, which is of type dynamic, and we have late binding and dynamic dispatch, which are mechanism which is involving polymorphism.